It's time now for special guest. Ken, value-added Stacy! What's up, Ken?
I said it was a special guest. I wasn't sure who it would be.
Okay, good to see you.
You too.
How's it going?
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hello. Hi, chat. Oh, here come the nicknames already.
Yeah,
Oh, they've been
they're ready.
Yikes!
At that value, Ken.
Did you miss me?
Always.
If so, how much?
At least
so
a four.
much.
At least or more. It's good to be back. I just got off a plane. I just flew back from Australia, and boy, are my arms tired.
Classic.
What were you,
It's gonna
what
be
were you
like-
doing on the plane?
It's gonna be dad jokes. It's gonna be dad jokes for the
Deadlifts.
next half hour. So sorry. I was coming back from the Supernova comic show. In fact, I did two of them, one in Adelaide and one in Brisbane, and they're amazing shows. You really get a chance to go down. They bring you down for two shows. Last year I did Gold Coast, just south of Brisbane, and Melbourne. And I found out right away that it's not pronounced. I was saying, I'm going to Melbourne. And
Oh
they
no,
said,
they yelled at you.
oh, they hate that. They immediately
Yep.
said, you're not from around here, are you, mate?
And you said, what gave it away?
exactly. I also had to be careful not to sort of, not
giving you this.
it is a wand of great power and responsibility.
You keep holding it like that
Yeah,
isn't
put
going to
it
help.
near your face. Don't cast spells.
Hello.
There you
it
go.
doesn't?
Yes.
Will it deflect spells?
Pointed at your pointed at.
That's a good question.
go.
Oh,
This close?
Yeah. Then you can get right in their ears.
Just imagine you're on The Price is Right.
prices.
And now, behind door number 2. See, I'm old enough that I remember, Anyway, so yes, yeah, a couple of times I found myself slipping into that kind of fake Australian accent, and people say, mate, just not do that, will you? Just knock it off. So, Ken, that's a knife, Stacy. See, it's starting already.
Oh yeah.
Fabulous shows, by the way. I really, really want to give a shout out to the entire crew of Supernova, Daniel and Roy and Sally and Scotty and just like everybody. It is one of the best shows, a number of best shows. So like I said, they bring you down for two shows. Last year it was Melbourne and Gold Coast. This year was Adelaide, or Radelaide, as they like to call it, because it's rad, apparently.
I love Adelaide.
Yeah, okay.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah,
Is
I didn't
it Radelaide?
Is it rad?
I had a rad time there, but I also really like visiting old churches.
Ah, there you go.
Not rad. Old
old
churches
churches.
are definitionally unrad. Not rad.
I was going to say, well, listen, if you think they're rad, then good on you.
True. Whatever is rad to you is rad.
So Brisbane was fabulous. Now I was there for a number of reasons, the show, but also a little known fact about Ken value-added Steacy. My great-grandfather was the Premier of Queensland from 1911 to 1915.
That's astonishing. We're
There's an
discovering-
astonishing-
No. It's astonishing that we're discovering new lore about Kent.
Oh, there's so much you don't know. Anyway, so last year I went and visited the state library and chatted with some of the archivists, and I said, after my dad passed, he left me a bunch of his grandfather's papers, including his diary that he wrote from the time he left England in 1881 to join his brother to start a business. Later got into politics and then became the Premier of Queensland in 1911 to 1915. And then afterwards he went back into business and moved up to a town called Rockhampton, or Rocky. Everything is contracted, it's like Brizzy, Rocky. See you at the Sarvo. Which is really cool because the first show I did in Melbourne, a guy who had this fantastic comic shop called Millennium up in Rockhampton, I mentioned this to him. He says, "Oh, well, I got a comic shop. Come on up and do a signing and meet my wife Catherine and my son Dylan who runs the store." And I thought, "Oh, that sounds like fun." So went to the store, Millennium Comics. If you're ever in Rockhampton, it is one of the top, I would say, top 3 comic shops in the world.
Dang.
No,
That's high praise.
And Rockhampton is the size of Nanaimo, and they do fantastically well. And I thought, well, it must be Miller. No,
That makes more sense if you're local to
you guys would love it because it's not just a great store. It's also about community building. So they have a huge space which is just for gaming, and it is packed all the time. And they have more Magic cards than I have ever seen in my life. They do Magic tournaments and Pokemon tournaments and you name it. So it's just like a really buzzing kind of place. It's very, very cool. So where was I? Oh yes, my great grandfather. So So I had tried to read the diary, but it's done in that beautiful copperplate script they used to do. So it was like I could read about 85% of it. So one of the things I'm hoping is that eventually, this trip I actually, handed off the diary and its other papers, that they will be able to transcribe it and I'll actually be able to read it. So it was fascinating, also very informative. It's one of these check your privilege things because I was whining about like 15 hours on a plane. It sucks. I didn't like any of the movies. The food's awful. It took him 6 weeks on a steamer to get from London to Australia.
And the movies were still
And
awful.
the movies were really awful. Yes.
I bet the food was much worse.
Yeah, and they had live concerts
keeps
though, so there was live music. So. Anyway, now the other thing I discovered, which was very curious, politically back in those days, it was a very conservative country, and he was very opposed to anything that looked like socialism, and there was a big strike on because people had not been being very well treated, and he was very concerned that the strike could spread across Australia and the commies would take over or something like that. So I believe he asked he was the premier of the state of Queensland. He asked the feds for troops to help quash this uprising, and they said no. At the time, this is 1911. This is fascinating historically. There was a German warship was visiting, and he actually contacted the captain and said, could you spare a few troops to help us put down this uprising?
Oh no.
Oh yes. And the captain part said, nine, I don't think that's a good idea. But anyway, somehow it was...
I believe that's an act of war.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that came only a few years later anyway, but boy, it just boggles the mind. Anyway, so I believe the government actually capitulated and gave the strikers a lot more of what they wanted. The labor movement was strengthened,
Nice.
and he got kicked out a couple of years later. So, really fascinating bit of Australian history there. And curiously enough, am I still?
No, I do. I mean, that'd be great. But no, I do want to say that Ken does have a giveaway that we have begun.
Oh,
Even though, so that people have a chance to get.
I was
stuff
wondering why
in.
you asked me here. I thought you liked me.
But we haven't talked about what's in it yet. But this is all in. This is all in aid of setting it up.
Yes, we're all.
But I want you at home to know
why
that
is
you
Ken in Australia?
may begin donating for it.
Yes.
And now, and slowly over the next little while, you will find out exactly what's in it
and more.
and more.
Anyway, so fascinating bit of history. Anyway, my second time in Australia was like way better than my first time, which was awesome. So it's a fantastic place. Anyone who has an opportunity to go there, I would say go. Next year, they do one show in Sydney and one in Perth. And I met a whole lot of amazing creators from Perth. Especially there's a company called Indigicomics who works with First Nations in Australia. And they're actually, I think, up in Kimberley, which is like the sort of far northwest corner. So that's part of Australia I would really love to see at some point. Anyway, okay, so Supernova. One of the things that really excited me was one of the guests of honor was Mari Shimizu, who is known as the mother of voice actors in Japan. She started her career back in, oh my gosh, it was in the early 60s, I guess, when she was tapped by Osamu Tezuka himself to be the voice actor for the black and white Astro Boy cartoons that I saw when I was a kid. I have this vivid memory of going to New York City with my parents to visit some long-lost relative and being parked in front of a TV set and watching the first black and white Astro Boy cartoons and going, why can I not see this in Canada? This is the best cartoon I've ever seen. Flash forward years later, the color version, which Mary also voiced Astro Boy, was a big hit with Alex and Raymond. And then not long after that, I got tapped to do the Astro Boy comic. So for 16 issues, I wrote and illustrated. I illustrated the first 8 issues and then wrote and illustrated the next 8 as well. So I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to get to meet the voice actor. And she was just so delightful and wonderful and the first thing I did, actually, I will show you when I go over there with the stuff. I got her to sign my pencil case. And this was like the first day of the first convention. I had just gotten off a plane, woke up, went to the convention, and ran right into her. And it's like, ah, hajimashite, yoroshiku onegaishimasu. I hope I got that right. I mean, please be nice to me. Oh, there it is.
Oh, what a great photo.
Yay.
Aw.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tech, who's it? Hello. Thank you.
They're
You're the
down there.
best.
There. That's engineering.
Hi, engineering.
Live.
You rock. Thank you for this. So yeah, there's Marion Ken at a restaurant, and she asked me to do a drawing, and I'm like, no, please don't make me draw in front of you. So anyway, I did that little sketch. So yeah, it was just the best. And like I say, I asked her to sign my Astro Boy pencil case, and again, this is the first like 15 minutes of the convention, and I thought, I can go home now.
Get back on the plane.
Exactly.
16 hours.
Why stick around?
The same movies
this is
because they won't have rotated.
That's right. This is the best. So so that was absolutely fabulous. Anyway, so yeah, she extremely generously and kindly signed. I told her all about Desert Bus and how it's the best thing I do, and I really was hoping that maybe she could sign a few things. And again, she was just like, "Oh, sure. Who would you like me to sign?" so in the lot. Have we seen the lot? Have we?
No, only teased at the bottom of the screen.
Ah, the tease. Yes, the tease. Oh, yes. Okay, so if you like, we could just kind of.
You want to take it over to there and show
I
stuff
could do
off?
that.
Or
I
great.
can certainly do that.
Please.
Unless are there questions? Does anybody?
I think show it off, and then there'll be questions, and then you
Ah.
can answer them while showing them off.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's my favorite nickname now. Ken, I can go home now. Stacy.
Not yet.
No,
Oh.
show off your stuff.
Okay, I'll go over there and show up.
Yeah,
next time?
yeah.
Okay. Oh, wait,
There's a mic over there too.
I will do that.
So
Okay.
Here,
Here
I'll,
I go.
I'll,
Oh.
I'll retrieve that. Do you want your thing? Is your bag here?
Oh, there it is. It's here somewhere. Okay. Now.
Ken, do you need an assistant to help you show off your stuff?
I do. Would you like to
Facilitate.
Would you like to facilitate and or enable?
Can you know that I'm a very helpful person?
Enormously so.
An enabler,
I have
one
the
might
vibe
say.
of an enabler.
Okay. Alrighty. So, let's see. Where do we start?
Ken, by the way, a kind request for engineering and chat to please be careful about whacking things on the table. Our mic is very sensitive.
Okay.
Actually, yes. Can you put your bag on this chair, Ken?
I'll make
Okay,
his head
or I
up.
could put my butt on the chair and
It's
put the
very
no, let's put the bag in the chair. What? Oh, the framing is really nice. I mean,
Thank you.
nicely
We both
framed.
look good today, Ken.
We do. We
Yeah.
do.
Very stylish. All right, show off the
Okay.
show off the goods.
Okay. Oh, first, the first item, and they don't call me Ken Value Added Stacy for nothing. I didn't even. This is not even listed, but this is my Supernova guest badge,
Oh.
which features a beautiful pin created by Scott Liston, who is one of the showrunners at Supernova, who created this special pin,
Oh.
which I'm now passing on as part of the lot.
Oh, lovely. All right, let's get that down on the table.
Oh,
And
that's
then
why we have. Do we have the special?
we have the document
Ah.
camera that's aimed here.
Ah, there we go.
And in fact, I believe we could actually just turn it.
I believe
Look at that.
Yes.
So this is ignore this. Well, I mean, you could be.
I'll just-
I just
here.
tell you have access to the green room. That's very cool.
I'll sign. I was going to cross my name, but I'll just sign this.
Okay, perfect.
There we go.
Sign
Okay,
badge.
look at that.
But
Right in
also,
front of me.
the very cool Astro Boy, and what's the other half?
Well, see, this is like Scott described it to me, but I believe we were in a pub, and I wasn't myself. I'm not sure who I was, but he was telling me this stuff, and I can find this out and let people know. But it's just like it was done specifically, I think, for the show. So there's that. Now, Mario was there with this amazing guy named Dr. Abe Masahiro, who is an artist and a writer and a blogger and so on, and was also her translator. So, the minute I met him, he gave me, and it was Halloween, and he gave me this absolutely lovely sketch that he had done. Just like, oh, here's a drawing.
Oh, wow.
That's so cool.
And I thought, that was awfully nice. And then later gave me yet another drawing after he found out my connection with with Astro, so he did me a lovely little Astro drawing.
Oh my God, so cute. Oh, let me get that further
Yeah.
down there.
And then, like every time I would bump into him, he would gift me something else, including these lovely cover reproductions.
Oh, this is an Astro Boy lot.
Yeah, so this is
little higher?
Astro Boy covers
Oh.
from the comic from back in, I believe, back in the 50s or 60s. Both of which are signed, like everything here is signed by Mari as well.
Whoa.
And,
Basically, everything in the lot is signed by Astro Boy's voice actor.
yes, and
That's
if you would like to contact Mari, like, he gave me her business cards.
We're covering up the good stuff, so only the winner gets it.
Yeah, so we'll turn,
Smart.
turn that over. There we go.
There we are.
Ta-da.
But that's we don't all have that.
So the reason Mari had an amazing career, her father ran a theater group and she played Pinocchio. And the reason she got Astro Boy was because a mutual friend who knew Osamu Tezuka told him about her because Astro Boy, for those in the know, Astro Boy is sort of vaguely, inspired by Pinocchio. It's about
The
you know,
boy who wishes to be real is a very good hook.
Exactly. And she told me that she went in for the audition, and then didn't hear anything back. And then 3 weeks later, got a phone call saying, "You have to be in the studio this afternoon. We start recording." I was like, "You've got the job." Okay, so what else have we got? Oh, so here's 2 of the prints that I had. So the first one, this is like all the covers I did for the Astro Boy comic book.
Oh, very cool.
And then this one is my absolute favorite cover that I did. And again, these are all signed. And I think
That's
this
such a
says
good print.
for Desert Bus. But I'm not sure because I asked, could you possibly sign?
Can anyone
Does
translate that?
Can anyone translate this?
Any weebs in chat?
Or just people who know Japanese?
That's true.
Yeah, exactly.
Or both.
You can be both.
Or both. Okay.
This is.
It says there's a buzz on the top, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, does it? Yay, thank you. Oh, good. I got the right one because she signed one for me too. And I thought, I don't want to make sure you get the right one.
Oh, Can't Wear Hat says yes. Desert Bus.
Desato Basua. Ah, so does now. Okay,
So cool.
So we're getting there. We're almost there.
I
So-
appreciate.
By the way,
your-
everything that you're seeing here, for those watching at home, everything that you're seeing here is in a giveaway that is currently active for $8.90. Why, Ken, is it $8.90?
Because Mari is 89 years old, and I thought, and has more energy than like all of us here combined.
And only
Astonishing.
31 minutes left on that giveaway. That giveaway is during Ken's time with us today. So get your donations in.
But wait,
But wait, there's more.
there's more. There's always more. Last summer I did a show in Toronto, Fan Expo, and this really sweet guy named Antoine Baker, who came up from Syracuse, New York, who was a big Astro fan, brought me this wonderful present.
Welcome, Raiders. If there's any Astro Boy fans among the Raiders, you are going to want to get in on this donation drive immediately.
So there's a company that does reproductions of actual Japanese baseball teams gear, and there was a team called the Adams, the Senkai Baseball Club from 1950. So this is a reproduction of their baseball cap, which I was gifted, and I said I'd really like to pass this on. For one thing, it doesn't quite fit. It kind of perches.
Oh well, here I have an exceptionally
that's-
pinheaded head. I bet it's gonna.
Oh, there you go. So
That looks so cool.
That looks great on you,
have you put
honestly.
it? Yeah.
$6.90. $8.90.
Yeah. Okay, but let me see. Is that it? I don't know. Do you think there'd be
Reminder
something
again for those who just joined us, everything in this lot is signed by Mari Shimizu, the voice actor for Astro Boy in both the 1960s and 1980s television series.
cartoon? Yes.
Yeah.
Is that enough? Do you think?
I think you could do one more.
Okay. All right. Ken, value Stacy.
Yes.
We'll do it all for you. We'll do it all for you, including give you the shirt off my back.
What? What? Ken, what? Oh!
A reveal.
Oh my god.
Reveal.
So cool.
And I've been perspiring in it, so you get my DNA as well. And so here we go.
Well, that's a significantly different and sweeter paw.
I would think. And of course, Ken only wears desert t-shirts.
Great reveal underneath, honestly.
So here we go.
Wow, that's very cool.
Adams number 2, and in front. And this is like beautifully like embroidered.
That's a very cool jersey.
It's gorgeous. All right, there we go. So let the bidding begin.
Well,
or
it's
not
the-
bidding. Sorry.
The donating is beginning.
donating begins.
And if you're wondering about what size this is, it is a double XL. So no matter,
it even fits me.
yeah. Well, I feel like it's a flexible size because it could be oversized or just right sized or.
I always thought those jerseys you should be able to like turn around inside them.
Wait, I didn't see
That
this
would
down at
make
the
hockey
bottom.
a very interesting game.
Indeed. Okay.
We've got some flames heating up on the donation tracker.
That's so cool.
That's a good thing.
Now
to
I
do,
have
Ken.
actually. Can I? Okay. Now can I talk about me some more?
Yeah.
Why, thank you. Okay, so I'm just going to put this over here a bit. So again, one of the other reason that I was down in Australia at Supernova was, and Tech, can we get the slideshow? No, wait, hang on. One last thing. I just want to show you, like, you can't have this.
No, this is.
But I
Ken.
wanted to just show you this. This is my pencil case.
So
That-
the pencil case
This
is
the
not part
pencil
of the
case,
slot.
Not part of the slot. No, see, it says Ken.
It touched the table. That is binding.
Oh no! See, it didn't. It
We have
touched
a
the
wrap.
shirt, which was on the table. Anyway, so that's what I got. That was like the coolest thing ever. This is the reason. The other reason I was down in Australia was because I actually did a Phantom comic book.
Ooh.
Oh, you did
And-
the Phantom. Have you written for the Phantom before?
Never, and I will describe in great detail when I go back and sit over there
Yeah.
what this was all about. So there you go. Okay, so
Awesome.
let's head back.
Excellent.
Let's
Hey,
head back over there.
you know what the cool thing about this table is, Ken?
Yes.
Is that the microphone over here works by using the vibrations of the table. Which is why I had you put your don't actually. Which is why I had you put your bag on the chair. So thank you so much for.
So if I thrum my fingers, will it like go do 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 do?
It would be
Or would
Not if I mute you.
it would be unpleasant for some people.
I see.
Especially
I see.
Joe.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Well, that's okay.
Okay, we're going over here now.
All right.
Follow me through cyberspace.
Yeah, I'm back.
I'm back.
Hello.
I'm back. Okay. There we go.
That is a reminder that giveaway, all the amazing Astro Boy stuff, $8.90 enters you to win it for the next half hour. Or as you can see there from Complex One, multiples thereof get you multiple chances to win it. So cool.
Ooh, Yellow Prime is excited for it.
The rest of the Japanese on that poster reads Mighty Atom, the Japanese title of Astro Boy. Very cool.
My favorite thing is like when I get like, copy and paste this and I get to read like all these comments. Because otherwise it's just going zooming by. Ken multiples thereof, Stacy says. Okay, so Tech, could we have the first slide, please? Phantom 1. There we go. Okay, so going back in time. There's a company called Fru.
I'm gonna give you the mic back.
The mic back. Hello, Mike. I'm back. Okay, so there's a company called Fru. They have been publishing the Phantom comic for 80 years now.
Really?
I think it's. Fru may have taken over from somebody, from King Features or whoever they got the license from. But the Phantom has been published nonstop for 80 years in Australia.
I had no idea.
Neither did I. So about 20 years ago, I think, the company contacted me and a bunch of other artists to do a set of trading cards. And so, being, I'm just playing crazy about things with wings, as you can see with my Arrow shirt here, I did
The by the way, the Avro Arrow Hawaiian shirt is great.
Thank you. Yeah. My dad would have flown this plane had John Diefenbaker not canceled it. Don't get me started. Actually, I sort of assuage my feelings of rage by realizing that with the savings, all Canadians got universal health care. So,
I mean, yeah.
which would be better, like cool planes or health care?
I do like a cool plane, but I'm not gonna. That's no contest. For me,
Exactly. So anyway, I drew him. I was building a model of this plane, which is the XB-51. So I drew that in the background. I had literally just turned it in when I thought, wait, the Phantom. It should have been a Phantom. Duh.
Oh.
So I blew that. Okay, flash forward 10 years. Next slide, please. Oh, and I met this wonderful man. whose name is Duncan Monroe, who is an extraordinary individual. He's a writer. He's an actor. He's also in the state police force. He is also the CEO of the Prince of Wales Light Horse Regiment of the Australian Army. Here he is trying to sell me a used tank. Which,
How much does a used tank go for?
well, we knew we didn't sell on a price actually. Like shipping would have been like a real issue.
Right.
So bring in the tank.
So you're keeping it in Australia as your
Exactly. That's my ride.
Yeah.
In Australia.
It's your summer tank.
Yeah.
Next slide, please. So, flash forward 10 years, which is about 10 years ago, maybe. Anyway, Duncan is at a conference, and of course, everywhere he goes in the world, the first thing he checks is, are there any comic conventions on? Because he's like an uber Phantom fan. His Phantom collection is just absolutely breathtaking and like really super well curated as well. So I told him my tale of woe and regret, and he said, well, you know, I know. Why don't I commission you to redo it and get the plane right this time, you dope? And I said, yes, thank you. So here we are in Calgary some years ago, and I redid the cover. Next slide. And there it is. So, yay! Got it right this time. So then last year, I spent a bunch of time hanging out with Duncan, and he had written a number of Phantom stories already for Frew, and he pitched me the idea for a story because he knew that I'm just plain crazy about things with wings, and I'd love to, do a Phantom story. And he just, he just nailed the character and the kind of story I would love to illustrate. So we pitched it to the publisher, they bit, and away we went. So I thought the viewers, excuse me, would find this of interest. Here's how the comic played out. So next slide. So this is the script that he sent me. I will break the story down in little thumbnails like that. And originally I was going to do it in 2-page spreads. The reason I work the way I do in full color and not for the most part in black and white with either digital or mechanical color is because I was very influenced by British comics like Dan Dare and so on. And there's an artist named Frank Bellamy who did Thunderbirds, and I was crazy about that. So I was originally going to do it in 2-page spreads, and then realized I had no idea how the pages would be printed. They would always have to be in spreads, obviously. So it wasn't going to work, and that's why it says, sorry, Frank, but nope. So you can see the layouts in the bottom as our spreads, and thought, no, this will not work. So I went back to traditional layouts. Next slide. So I draw it the size it's going to be printed. I have no idea why I use red pencil. I just really like the way the red pencil looks, and then I can do outlining panel borders and word balloons in blue to differentiate them. By the way, one of my other great embarrassing moments was going to a store and getting one of these red pencils and taking it to the cashier and saying, is this pencil erasable? And she looked at it for a minute and said, considering that there's an eraser on the end of it, I would say yes. And I said, I was just testing. Give me that. Next slide. So from there, I will then scan that into InDesign and start putting the text fields in. Traditionally, lettering is done as it's integral to the artwork, and I think it's really important that in terms of storytelling, especially, that the word balloons and text fields and captions and so on, that is a very big consideration, both in terms of the storytelling, where the eye tracking, and also compositional elements. It makes it so much easier to do this part digitally, because I want to do the whole thing as traditionally as possible. But it means that you can move the balloons around a bit. If you want to tweak up the copy a bit, you can do that. Next slide. So now at that point, I start roughing in the pencils, actual size. Next slide. And then you can see these are the very tight pencils.
How big are these pieces of paper?
11 by 17.
Whoa.
The first ones were 8.5 by 11. This is now the full-size artwork at 11 by 17.
Which will get shrunk back down
yes,
later,
yes.
right?
Everything looks better when it's shrunk back down. At least in comics.
Yeah.
Next slide. So here it is in black and white. I printed out the pencils in blue, and then I ink on top of that. and then it gets scanned, and the blue lines are digitally removed. And at this point, we weren't sure because most of the Phantom comics, which are produced, I think they're bi-weekly. They're up to issue number 2000 and something or other, 2008, I think. So we thought it might be in black and white. We were lobbying hard for color, but they don't do a lot of color comics down there. Color covers, but black and white interiors. So I thought, okay, let's make it work in black and white. So next slide. So I added all these gray tones to just sort of give it, make it a bit more robust. But then they said, okay, we're going to do a special issue just for Supernova, for the comic shows, for you guys to sign. We're going to do it in color. And so next slide. So I digitally colored it.
Whoa.
And I'm so glad I was able to do that because it just, nobody abuses color like Ken.
By the way,
I've
always said that about you.
Yeah, why, thank you.
Your text box also became 3 text boxes.
Yes, because exactly. Well spotted. Well spotted.
Thank you.
Because it just read better. To go copy. So you may recall a desert bus of some years ago when I had cataract surgery.
Oh yeah.
And this was absolutely because remember like they do one eye and then 2 weeks later they do the other. So it's confusing to have one eye working and one eye not. So remember, I'd taken a photograph of one of my eyes, and I digitally put in like a little reticle, so it had a crosshair on it. So I was like this. Anyway, those are the days. So I discovered, and I'm evangelical about this. Anybody who is considering having cataract surgery, go for it. It was absolutely life changing. I had been not realizing I had not seen white paper in years because the cataracts were, putting this sort of haze over everything. And I realized that I was probably the reason I used such bright colors is I was compensating for the fact that I couldn't actually see things properly. Of course, I also just like really bright colors anyway. So there you go. And then next slide. And also for all the artists out there, it's a really good idea to check your values in terms of the artwork because you can have a very colorful piece of artwork, but it can still look kind of flat. If the values are similar. So the values are simply the relative light and darkness of any color. So I would always take it in, scan it in, and then change it to grayscale and then change it back again just to see, does it read properly in black and white, just as a value study. Next slide. So the cover was done quite differently because the cover was actually a commission for Duncan. So this is done on Canson paper, which is this lovely, lovely gray paper. And it's wonderful for lazy artists like me because your mid-range is already done for you. You don't have to think about it. So it's all the shadows and highlights. So this is all done in brush marker and Prismacolor pencils. Next slide. Thank you. And then I'll block in the local color with the airbrush, which I hate using. I was the airbrush guy, for years.
Yeah, so I thought that was your whole thing. You're so good at it.
It was my thing, but it doesn't mean I like it because, you have to wear a respirator and there's an extraction fan.
I'm good at it, but it sucks.
Yeah.
All right.
And, Joan would come in the studio and there'd be this kind of purple haze in the air. And I love telling this story, too, because when the kids were little, sorry, Alex, we had a diaper service, and cloth diapers are like the best thing for artists to wipe their brushes on. And so one time a friend came in and looked at on my tabouret, and here was one of these diapers, these multicolored diapers. He said, "My God, what do you feed your kids?" so anyway, it's just. I really want to learn how to paint, and for years now I've been trying to get away from the airbrush and do the same sort of things without having to lean on this tool. But in terms of its effect, I still love what it does. It's just, because imagine every single area of color there was covered with a piece of frisket, of film.
Right.
So you have to peel it off, spray it, put it back on, spray the next film, take it off, put it on. Ugh, yuck. Anyway.
Just 15 minutes left in the $8.90 overlay. I'm looking at the overlay. Sorry.
And what
giveaway.
Do you feed your kids, Stacy?
They end in the same syllable. Anyway, $8.90 giveaway for an amazing lot of Astro Boy memorabilia signed by Mari Shimizu, the voice actor for Astro Boy, provided by Ken. We'll take a look back on it again when.
And some of it is practical too. It's wearable.
Yeah.
Okay, so next slide, please. So there's what it looks like finished. So then we
Dang.
go from, just all the blocked in color to then I go in with Prismacolor pencils and a bit of acrylic.
I like the kangaroo roundel.
Well, it's the RAAF, the
Oh.
Royal Australian Air Force. That's what the roundel looks
I
like.
did not know that was their
See,
actual
we're
roundel.
learning
That's
so much here.
That's great.
Now, one of the things I did screw up was I didn't look at the reference carefully enough. The roundel.
Can I take over for Mikey?
Oh,
Thanks.
okay.
Sorry, what were you saying?
The roundel is actually near the aft of the aircraft, not right under the canopy. So that's one of the wonderful things about having digital tools is I could actually move that back and fix it for the final cover. Anyway, so there's what the cover looked like, and then next slide, please. And there it is with all the type and so on it. And this was only available at the I think we had 100 copies available at the Supernova Comics Show, and they sold out right away. So the newsstand copy actually had a different cover, and this cover was on the back without all the type and so on. So you could have like both versions.
Sweet.
And then next slide, please. So here I am at the Supernova Show in Brisbane. That's Duncan to my left, and beside him is Glenn Ford, who is our wonderful editor who pulled it all together. So yeah, it was just such a gas being with them. And
It's the loud shirt crew.
yes, it is indeed. That's my voodoo shirt. Dad flew voodoos. So yeah, so big shout out to Duncan and his adorable daughter Scarlett and her mom Ange, who came to the show and just had such a wonderful time in their company. So there you go.
That's amazing.
Thanks for sharing, Ken.
Well,
Yeah.
thanks for asking.
I have a question.
Oh, a question.
I'm not an expert on the Phantom. What was with the wolf?
Oh,
There was just like guy standing on plane. You did like 3 versions of sort of the same cover of
Right.
the Phantom standing on the plane, and then the third one had a wolf.
In the bottom.
okay. The wolf is the Phantom sidekick, and see now I can't forgive me. Somebody will tell me what is the dog's name because I'm not a huge. I don't know the Phantom lore that well. So what was the dog's name? See
Even though you've written.
sorry.
Even though you've written for the Phantom.
No, I didn't write the
Oh,
story.
you didn't write it.
No,
You
Duncan wrote the
illustrated
story.
the Phantom.
I illustrated. Yes.
Devil.
Yes. Devil. There we go. That's it.
Okay.
Thank you. The whole conceit of the character is that they, it's the ghost who walks. Like he lives forever because every time he gets old, one of his sons or daughters becomes the Phantom. So it's the character who never dies, and he wears 2 rings. One has a skull on it. So when he punches the bad guys, they get this reminder of their misdeeds because it leaves a little imprint on their
Right.
jaw. And then the other one is it's a curious cruciform symbol, which is about goodness and righteousness and all those kind of things. So yeah, so I went to a wonderful dinner of Phantom fans, and there was a guest speaker who had the greatest collection of Phantom rings. I mean, fandom is just, I adore it because it's just like, the dedication and excitement that it gives people, regardless of what it is that you're focused on. It's just energizing.
Nice.
Okay. Do we have any questions from the audience?
Very likely. And if anyone has any questions, they can throw them into the challenge system, and then we can see them over here. You can also just ask in chat. But before we do that, I just want to reiterate the giveaway. It's $8.90 or multiples thereof to be entered to win this amazing collection of Astro Boy memorabilia signed by Mari Shimizu, voice actor for Astro Boy. Ken, again, can you just quickly run down everything that's,
I was just going to
that's in
say,
here?
Kathleen, did you arrange all this like this? Because it's
No.
beautifully arranged.
No, actually,
No.
Colin did.
Colin, props to Colin.
Thank you, Colin.
So nicely arranged. Okay, so upper left-hand corner, we have the baseball cap signed by Mari Shimizu. Lower right-hand corner, we have the jersey that goes with the baseball cap for the Astros baseball club from 1950.
The Sendai Atoms, was it?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. Then we have 2 drawings by. Oh, look at! I love this thing. Little arrow. Then two drawings by Doc Abbey, Masahiro, one of Astro Boy, and one of a creepy character. It was Halloween was the day of the first show.
Oh, nice.
And then there is my badge from the Brisbane and Adelaide shows.
Which that's the Astro Boy and another character there. That's a pin.
Yes, the Astro Boy is a pin that's Chewbacca is actually printed on the badge. And if you could go back in time, it will get you into the green room. And by the way, one of the great things about the Supernova shows, they have the best green rooms ever. I mean, they're catered buffet style, and there was like bowls of chocolates on the table. I ate more chocolate than I've ever eaten in my life. It was the best. The way to my heart is through chocolate. And then there are two prints. One is all the Astro Boy covers I did on the Now comic back in the day. And then the other is what is my favorite Astro Boy cover. Also signed by Mary Shimizu. And the one we're looking at right now with the arrow is also, says, I believe it says 4 Desert Bus.
Yes, at the top.
So you don't get any more authentic than that. I'm telling you.
Spectacular. So again, $8.90 or multiples thereof for the next. Must be coming up on 10 minutes now.
Yikes.
Yeah. So Ken, I do have a question here from Chaos of 99 who asks, please ask Ken Value Added Steacy if he has seen the animated Japanese film Look Back or read the manga it is based on. It is a story about comic artists, and I found it deeply touching.
Look
Back.
Look Back by.
I don't know.
Because
or I'm sure chat will.
Yeah,
get
there was one that I read about a young guy who becomes a mangaka, and you're right. It is a very deeply moving story. Came out about 10.
The manga is by Tatsuki Fujimoto.
If it's what I'm thinking of, then yes, it was in black and white. And sorry, I'm looking at, people keep taking clips off the feed and then
just send the gifts back.
Yeah. I haven't seen the anime, but
it's the same author of Chainsaw Man, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay, then this is a different one then. Yeah. No, that's one of the things that when Joan and I had the program in comics and graphic novels at Camosun, so many students and now of course so many professionals and semi-professionals, what have you. The kind of stories I want to do are very, very much from the heart, and graphic memoirs are a thing. I just read Craig Thompson's Ginseng Roots, which is this magnificent work that he did over the course of 10 years about growing up very poor, and his parents were kind of tenant farmers. And I learned so much, like the fact that like so much of the world's ginseng is grown in farms in the middle of America, and how incredibly difficult it is to grow ginseng. But he goes into all the cultural heritage, like going way back. So fascinating stuff.
Cool.
People often say, well, I'm not very interesting, and so on. It's like, no, everybody is interesting. Everybody has a story. I guess in so many ways, it's just like how do you tell it, whether it's in comics or in song or what have you. But what moves me and touches me is the fact that people are willing to tell their stories, to share their stories, and thereby build community. So yeah, what I love about comics is it is the most democratic art. You just need paper, a pencil, and an internet connection, and you can tell any kind of story you want. I look at movies that they spent $1 billion on, and I think, wow, that was a waste of time and effort. And then I look at these beautiful comics that somebody sat down with a piece of paper and a pen and broke my heart or filled me with joy or what have you. And the nice thing too, of course, is there's no one. I grew up wanting to draw superheroes. I got that out of my system pretty quick. And one of the reasons being that it's fun to play in someone else's sandbox, but someone else has their hand on your wrist, and they're saying, this is what you can draw, this is what you can say, and this is what you can't draw and can't say. When you're doing your own work, it's like there's nobody there, and you can just let it flow. So I encourage anybody out there, please just keep doing what you do, and do share it.
Nice. Ken, question here. So from someone who
This thing's really heavy. Don't you ever like one of those ones that goes over your ear?
The Britney style?
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
What
Then I
We
could
don't have that.
then I could wear a wig.
we do have that.
Baby,
If you'd
baby.
like wigs, we have wigs.
Why didn't you tell me when I first got here? I mean, yeah, I wear my hair really short now because it hides my male pattern baldness. You know, my MPB.
A question here for you, Ken.
Yes.
Speaking of being here at Desert Bus, this is from someone who met you at Supernova Brisbane. Said it was really fun that we happened to be wearing the same Desert Bus shirt.
Yes. Oh, hi. I have a picture. I'm sorry I didn't bring it along. It was amazing. It was one of those astonishing cosmic coincidences that we were both wearing, not only wearing Desert Bus t-shirts, but the same Desert Bus t-shirt. So yeah, big shout out.
And they were wondering if were there other people who came up to you that weekend and were like, "Oh, hey, from Desert Bus."
There were a few, and anybody who comes up to me and says they're from Desert Bus gets a free print.
Ooh.
So okay, oops. Every show I go to from now on, I say, "Hi, I'm from a Desert Bus or something." Can I have a print?
Print
Yeah.
Can you make the inscription to eBay?
But you have to be wearing a T-shirt. There you go. That'll be the qualifier.
Perfect. A question from Rebellious Uno. If you could draw a cover for any comic, what would you want to illustrate?
We know the answer to this.
Oh.
Every year on
Archie.
Desert Bus, bingo.
Archie.
I thought that was just
Bingo.
which one you
You
haven't.
haven't drawn it yet.
I
that
haven't
was
drawn
what
it
you
yet.
hadn't worked with.
I
Okay.
still want
Okay,
to.
okay. Let's take this a step further. On the heels of your incredibly successful revitalization of the Archie brand, now you have your pick of everyone who is asking to work with
Oh, who would I like to collaborate with?
Oh.
Oh my gosh, living or dead?
It'd be a lot easier to work with them if they're alive.
you. Well,
Yeah,
I was
that's
going to
true.
say the Archie cover was so successful that several people have come back to life.
Oh, okay. Then in that case, my hero and the person who really got me into comics, I suppose, in so many ways, was Jack Kirby, who essentially created the Marvel Universe. This is a big controversy, and certainly Jack was not very well treated by Marvel Comics.
2 minutes left on the giveaway. Get your stuff in.
Yes, but it was Jim Steranko, another great author, illustrator, who was a big influence on me, put it nicely when he said the Marvel Universe was created by Stan Lee, aided and abetted by Jack Kirby, Steve Ditko, Jim Steranko, like all these people. It was a very creative collaboration. And as far as I'm concerned, it would not have happened without the synergy that happened between all those people. I did ink and color an illustration by Jack Kirby one time. That was great fun. I've already worked with Margaret Atwood, which was spectacular. And without saying any more at all, there may be something else in the works for next year.
A question then, so that we don't have to try and get more information out of you there. A question from Elmira while we're waiting for the last moments of the giveaway to conclude. Can Ken talk about the change that you've seen in the workflow of comics art as technology has evolved over your career?
Are we going to talk about GAI?
I mean, we could if you want.
No, I don't want.
Okay, good.
Because I'll bust a blood vessel. If I
Oh,
get-
don't worry. We've been very clear about all of our art challenges this year that we aren't even going to look at it. If you can't be bothered to draw it, why would we look at it?
Good. At Fan Expo this past summer, Bell Canada, who's one of the sponsors, actually had a booth, and they said, "Come on in. We'll take a photograph of you, and then we'll crank out a cartoon of you
At Fan Expo?
at Fan Expo."
Oh.
So
that's tone deaf.
a bunch of the artists went and protested, and it got vociferous enough to the point where the cops were called. And fortunately, one of the artists was able to act as interlocutor or whatever and calm things down. So Bell, of course, in full damage control mode, said, the GI we used was actually trained on artists that we hired and paid. So it wasn't like we were scraping the internet and ripping
I don't
people off."
believe that.
Of course, no one believed that at all. Could you tell us who they are and could we talk to them? Well, no. Trust
No,
us.
because the data set required, you just.
I know. It was absolute nonsense. And as Graham said, as tone deaf as you could possibly get. So So anyway, I don't think it's unstoppable. Corporations being what they are, like pathological, they were about the bottom line. And so if they can get somebody's nephew to punch in something to Chat GPT and make a cartoon instead of hiring me or you or anybody out there, they're going to do it. Which to me means we all have to work a lot harder to be getting our work out there and building that community and supporting each other that way, because it is a tidal wave. And and I don't want to be running around like the little boy with the finger in the dike, like trying to stop it. I'm just going to keep doing what I do, and hope that support will always be there. I think it will, and I think eventually, what will happen is people will be sick to death of looking at ghastly, plastically fake, ugh.
People like this warms the cockles of my heart. Is that we were watching Graham, just to wind down. Graham was watching an unrelated streamer, an Elden Ring streamer, and their chat was just like bleh, AI, yuck, don't like it. Nobody wants it. So remember, nobody likes it and wants it, except for the corporations who just want to pay less money.
So to sort of bounce off, go back to a bit to the original question about changes in workflow.
Oh yeah.
How, because when you were describing your art process, you use a lot of going back and forth between digital and physical and printing stuff off and scanning it in. When did you start using that kind of technology in your art? Have you been using it for a long time, or is it more recent, or? Good
question. And I say that ironically because I always hate it when somebody's being interviewed and they say, good question. Because they don't think, one of them going to say, that's a terrible question. No, but that is a good question.
Skylar Ringtail, thank you.
I used to think that computers were a tool of the devil and they were going to take art away, work away from honest artists and so on. Until I finally started using them, which would have been back in the early 90s, I guess. I'm that old. And realized that they're just a tool. Because people say, oh, look what the computer can do. It's so cool. And I would just sit back from the keyboard and go, yeah, watch this. And of course nothing happens, and you say, oh, okay, I've got it. It's how you use it. So the point I'm trying to make, especially with young people and students and so on, is that they can simulate all the experience of using traditional tools, but nothing will ever replace the visceral feedback you get from dragging a brush loaded with pigment across a coarse surface. There is a joy that goes from your hand into your heart. It goes from your brain into your hand into your heart, and that will never, ever, ever change. You can fake it, whatever. Also, you may have noticed that the original art market for comics, for certain people, is skyrocketing. When you do stuff digitally, you have intellectual property, you have a file, you can share it, and it's relatively easy. But you don't have anything physical. And I still make a substantial, in fact, increasingly, because I do a lot of commissions. Free, nice segue there. Hi, anybody wants a commission? Give me a shout. From doing commissions, and that's what people want, because when you go to a convention and commission an artist, and I also encourage you to do that, is you become part of the creative process, because you're the one who's saying, I would like a drawing of Astro Boy doing, what have you, or I'm involved in, I love baseball, so do me drawing of Astro Boy playing baseball on this team. Right? So there's this wonderful feedback loop that happens when you commission an artist to do a piece of work. So yeah, it is just a tool, and as you can see, there are reasons for using it. They're very practical reasons, but for the most part, I absolutely prefer working traditionally whenever possible.
I saw someone in chat mention it. It's just scrolled off, but in Magic the Gathering artists, I know that for some years there was a big surge in digital art, and that has started to subside as the artists have realized that because they keep their originals, and if they're doing digital, then they don't have one, and that there's a big market, a very lucrative market for the originals of Magic the Gathering cards, and many of them have reverted to doing physical so that they have a thing that they can sell for a few $1,000s.
Bingo. Yeah. Also, I encourage you all to go to the local art gallery. There's one of the wonderful things when I was in Australia. The art galleries and museums are all free. I spent a lot of time just wallowing in spectacular art. The one in Brisbane had a show of Australian art from the 30s. And, I mean, we are so, in many ways, North America-centric, like the art that we love in comics and, what have you, is, by American artists, Canadian artists, and so on, and some European artists. Then you go to Australia and you find out that they're making astonishing work as well. that sadly didn't get off the continent for whatever reason. Because I discovered like, you know, at least a dozen artists who were just like jaw dropping and sort of stood there like, oh my God, I give up. You know, it's just amazing stuff. And when you do that, at first you think, okay, I quit, I couldn't possibly. And then like that wears off really quickly and you go, I could do that. Or I want to try to do that. And it inspires you. I mean, you look at a beautiful painting and there's all this texture and you think, oh, how did they get that texture? And I want to go home and just gesso up a canvas and slap paint on it and just have fun. So yeah. What was the question? It's a tool. It's a tool. Use it where appropriate, and then don't when it's not. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Also, by the way, because the way things are, two things. One, publishers all want it. You have to deliver the stuff digitally, so you at least have to be able to format, scan, format, and so on. But also the fact that you need to be able to connect the internet, so you create this wonderful global audience. I mean, when I got in the business, it was fandom existed through the mail. I mean, there were these things called APAs, the Amateur Press Association, where you would have like a dozen or more people who every month would do like 2 or 3 pages of a comic or an article or a review or something. They would mail them to the central mailer, who would print them off and then staple them together. You get these things the size of a catalog or a phone book, and then they'd be sent out to everybody. So everybody would get this sort of custom-made fanzine, right? And then
so cool.
And then that morphed into fanzines, and then later prozines, and so on. So it's kind of it's a logical digital extension of that. So yeah, again, it's like I am not a Luddite by any means. I do use digital tools when necessary. Now, is this all digital? I mean, this is what I'm looking at.
Yeah, most of it.
Okay.
Yeah, this is holodeck.
Oh, I thought it was all analog.
Except for this big thing that was made of wood.
Yes. I was going to say, that's I love the craftsmanship that went into that. It's beautiful. Okay, any more questions?
We've only got 3 minutes left.
I was going to say,
Ken Steacy
there was
power
one more
ups.
question about what's your favorite Pokemon.
Oh, well, Pikachu, of course.
There we go.
Oh, actually, one of the this past summer, one of the sketch challenges, me and a couple of other artists, and we throw it out the audience and say, well, what do you want us to draw? And it came back as Pikachu cosplaying as Deadpool. and I wish I had brought it with me. Actually, I could send it in and you could post it if you want, but it was like one of the best sketches I've ever done.
Terrific. Would you like to know the winner of the Astro Boy prize lot?
Oh, I thought I got to. Isn't there a thing I get to press a button or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I want
gonna
to press.
happen right
Yes.
now.
You can call for it.
I want to
It'll
call
happen on the
for
overlay.
it. What do we do?
You just say spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel. Whoa! Maintain priority.
Congratulations!
That is a great philosophical idea. Maintain priority.
Yeah.
Wow! And
that lovely assemblage of wonderful Astro Boy things signed by the Astro Boy herself raised $7,600.
wow! Well done. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh.
Do I get to do a mic drop or?
No.
No, they hate that.
Has anyone done that yet and got oops?
No.
I could be the first,
You couldn't.
but I would never be asked back. Okay, so I would not do a mic drop. I would just say thank you, everyone here. Thank you, everyone in the chat. I love you all so much. I love what you do, and I so appreciate being part of this every year. So, carry on.
Thank you, Ken.
Thank you,
Maintain
Ken.
priority.
I would not do a mic drop. I would do a mic careful handoff.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Please maintain priority. Head over to your donor account, confirm your address and your phone number, and we will get all of that stuff packaged up and sent off to you.
Awesome. Thanks, Ken.
Cheers.
Appreciate it.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
Bye.
Bye.